Good morning, dear students. Today we will be studying the second part of the unit first of the subject understanding the human being comprehensively, human aspiration and its fulfillment. Subject ROE-074. I am Mr. A.K. Gupta, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering Department, GLYTM Greater Noida. Now in the first part we have studied about the human aspiration, the need for human aspiration, why there is human aspiration, and the difference between the prosperity and happiness. Now in the second part we will be studying about the all encompassing resolution for human being and its detailed solution, problem in the right of resolution, understanding somewhat about the nature and understanding about the some other important topics like Sukh and Suvidha, like the Suvidha and Sukh, why it is required, what is the necessity of Sukh and what is the necessity of Suvidha, what is prosperity and wealth, what are the needs of the body and the self. So we shall, with the starting of this second part. Now let's move to the slide number 1. Now here you can see we have to understand the nature and its existence. What is the importance of nature and why its existence is necessary for the survival of the human being, so that they can fulfill their aspirations and understand themselves completely comprehensively. So the word nature is derived from the Latin word natura. Then natura is the Latin word, meaning it can also be seen that essential qualities, those are the natural qualities in a person. In the same way, essential qualities, innate disposition by birth, we can say by birth the qualities which are imbibed in a person. So nature is that, and it literally means birth. Innate disposition literally means birth. So this is the natural, means the most natural or the born qualities in anybody are called as nature, and the nature is in the purest form having all the properties which is derived from the universe. So life is divided into 3 terms in terms of nature. In terms of nature, life can be divided into 3 terms. That which was means the past, which is going on in the current, and which will be in future. So we should learn from the past that what was the things in the past, what were the good things, what were the bad things which has affected the nature, and by learning the past we should make the profit by the present, and from present to live better in the future. So by the experience of past would help us to profit us from the past experiences to profit the future. What we are doing to the nature right now, everybody knows we are harming the nature. So too much extraction of or exploitation from a nature is also harmful to human beings. It's human aspiration. So understanding human being comprehensively is for its aspiration is closely associated with nature, and we should keep this in mind that if we disturb the nature, it will not make us survival in the, or our survival will be difficult in the future. Now keeping this in mind, we should understand what is the needs of the human beings. So the needs, understanding the needs are of 2 types: needs of the self, that is I, and needs of the body, Now the body is the physical entity which helps us to take care of our I, means ourself. So there are two types of need of the self. Self is the need of I is, or the self is sukh, the need of self for happiness. Sukh is ensured by right understanding and right feelings. So if you understand yourself through self exploration rightly and with right feelings, then you will be a happy person. So understanding yourself completely, but through self exploration or understanding the self, that is consciousness, will give you sukh, and sukh will lead to you the swatantra of your body. And the second is the need of body. While the need of the body for physical facilities, suvidha is ensured by appropriate physiochemical things, which will be understanding in the coming slides, that what are the needs of the self and what are the needs of the body. Now coming to the next slide, needs of the body. What are the needs of the body? As the body is the physical entity, the needs of the body are physical facilities. Physical facilities, you understand, like you need a house, you need food, you need car. These all are physical facilities. You need a laptop, you need a table and chair to sit, you need sofa set. These all are physical facilities. You need a jacuzzi for taking bath. So these are endless. So the things which give comfort to the bodies are also considered as physical facilities. The physical facilities are needed for the body in a limited quantity. So these are required in a limited quantity, but in today's scenario we see that people are running about for the physical facilities. They have their non-ending demands for physical facilities, and people have confused these physical facilities with the sukh, that this is the notion of a general human being at this moment, that the more physical facilities they have, they are more happier, but this is not the fact. When we try to exceed this limit, it becomes troublesome for us after some time. The physical facilities are required, no doubt it is required, but they should be in limited quantity. Only that much should be there which is required. More than the required physical facilities will become troublesome. We will be explaining this in the coming slide, how the excess of physical facilities will be troublesome. When we try to perpetuate physical facilities, we try to increase the physical facilities, the following pattern results. What happens if we try to access the physical bodies? What will happen? The first step would be that the need is necessary and tasteful. Initially the physical facilities will be necessary also and tasteful also. You will means it will attract you, it will make you okay, I need more. If you increase slightly more physical facilities, it becomes unnecessary, but even though that is tasteful, but it is unnecessary. And now if you have one mobile phone, that is okay. If you have two, then it was okay. But if you have 3, 4, then it becomes unnecessary. But even though you have 4 brands of mobile, it is tasteful. If you increase these physical facilities more, then it becomes unnecessary and tasteless. Now the need will be of physical will not also be required also, and you won't have any interest in that also. It will be a burden on you, just like a burden on you. And fourth, if you increase those physical factors too much, it will become intolerable, because lot of confusion will be arising in your mind regarding what to do at which moment of time, as you have to manage all the physical facilities which we have. So this is the pattern which occurs if you increase there or access the physical facility which is required by your body. Now what is the difference between need of the body and the needs of the self? So the first you need to understand that here self is you, I, and it is consciousness, and the body is the physical entity which fulfills the demand of I, or which is the medium or I. So the human being is the coexistence of self and the body. Now what is human being? It is a coexistence of I and body. Without body there is no possibility of I, without I there is no possibility of body, and there is exchange of information between the two. Always there is a exchange of information. So there are different needs. Needs of the body are physical in nature, like foods for nourishment, clothes for protection, etc. Whereas the needs for self are not physical in nature, like trust, respect, and happiness. Trust, respect, and happiness are the needs of I. These are not physical quantities. These are just the feeling, the consciousness. And need of the body are physical in nature, like food we require for the nourishment of the body, clothes we need for the protection of the body, shelter we need for the protection of the body. So these are the needs of the body. Second, the needs of the self are continuous in time. The needs of our consciousness is continuous. We need trust throughout the life. We need happiness throughout the life. So unlike the need of the body, which is temporary in time, the need of the body are physical quantities which cannot be continuous. Right? We want happiness continuously because this is the need of I, self. Whereas food, clothing, shelter, or instruments are temporary. If you have 2 shirts, it's good. If you have 4 shirts, it's good. If you have 7 shirts and pant, it's good. Now you have adequate amount of shirts, but if you go on increasing, certainly at some moment of time you will feel that this is not becoming unnecessary and tasteless, and you don't need those many shirts and pants because even you will not have the days to wear these clothes. So what is the need of purchasing those extra clothes? So we can make the distinction between the self and the body in terms of the needs as shown below. Trust and respect for self, and food and clothing for body. So trust and respect is required for self, and food and clothing is for body. Happiness, sukh for self, and physical facilities, suvidha for body. We need happiness, sukh for self, and physical facilities, suvidha for our body. So the third one, needs are qualitative. Needs are qualitative for self and quantitative for body. So so need for self is qualitative, not quantitative. Is quality, like trust and happiness. How much happiness? How what is the quality of that happiness? Trust, what is the quality of that trust? These are qualitative quantities and not quantitative, but body requires quantitative needs, like I need 5 clothes, 5 cars, 5 houses, and these are quantitative. Or I want 5 rasgullas to eat, 10 rasgullas to eat. These are all quantitative. But trust, respect is not counted. These are qualitative. How? What is the quality of those? Trust and honesty and happiness. And now right understanding and right feeling for self is required, and food and clothing for body. Food and clothing are required for the body, whereas right understanding and right feeling for self. So you should understand yourself rightly to understand the aspirations which are generated after right understand, or which are the aspirations which are there in the human being, and those can be only fulfilled by the right feeling. Now we would be continuing our lecture in the next lecture from the same slide. Till then, you people take care. Bye bye.